And good morning. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stanton Salter, along with our odds maker, Keith Fustel. And here we go. Today kicks off the three-day race week and a huge racing week and a huge weekend for horse racing. Big Derby preps tomorrow. We have some nice races tomorrow and Sunday. Big card today to kick off all the action. We have the second biggest carryover in the country. The Pick Six at Santa Anita, that's a little over 400,000, but we're right there, number 2 in the country. There's the carryover, over 214,000 in our 20-cent Rainbow Pick Six, starting in race 4.
I thought it was going to go on Monday. I first looked at the card, I said, no way, no way, no way. And here was the string of winners: 1860, 820, 920. Then things got interesting, Stan. 1420, 1120, and Smart Russian in the last was a hard horse to come up with 2020. I was shocked to see that there was only one live ticket to take it all down heading into race 9 on Monday. But we're back at it Friday. I couldn't come up with any real big prices on today's card, but chip away. There's going to be a good handle. You come away with 6 of 6. You may not take the whole thing, but you're going to get a decent payout.
Yeah, it's still been paying well, even when you share it with other people. So a couple nice allowance races in that sequence. I have a ticket for the Pick Six. You should have a ticket. Everybody should have a ticket. And our second biggest carryover in the country, our Rainbow Pick Six, that starts in race 4. It's going to be a big month. We have the 3 Derby preps tomorrow, the Wood Memorial, Old Time Revival up there for Kenny Decker. You have the Bluegrass and also the Santa Anita Derby out there at the Great Race Place. But then coming up, what's that, 2 weeks from tomorrow? Yeah, 2 weeks, just 2 weeks from tomorrow, we're going to have a big monster day here, Saturday, April 21st. You can get a free Laurel Park travel tumbler. It's a nice giveaway we have on a big day of racing. 5 stake races Saturday, April 21st. You're also going to have the tap party at the Jailbreak Bar right here at Laurel Park. Tap into the 2018 batch of the Pimlico Pilsner. So we have all the beverages covered. You get the travel tumbler, and there's the 5 stake races Saturday, April 21st. The $125,000 Express Bet Federico Tessio. You'll win that race. You get a free ride to the Preakness. You'll win the Weber City Mist, free ride to the Black Eyed Susan, then the Primanetta, the Henry S. Clark, a prep for the Grade 2 Dixie, and the Dahlia, a prep for the Gallarette. So a big day of horse racing just 2 weeks from tomorrow right here at Laurel.
I'll have to check in with Coley, get a little, maybe a jump start on those odds for those races. What a card on tap for the 21st. Yeah, really strong, and he's leading into the Preakness week. Those races leading us into Preakness. Always a fun time of year, and good competitive fields will abound, especially on the grass.
Yeah, nominations close for those stakes tomorrow, so we'll be able to see all the nominations and start working on them. The big announcement yesterday for the 143rd Preakness. The bands were released for the Budweiser Infield Fest, the 10-year anniversary of our Budweiser Infield Fest with big bands, and we're going to have that big mega stage. We've had 2 stages, but now this year a big mega stage with all the bands. Post Malone, the headliner in the Budweiser Infield Fest this year.
Post Malone, you've got 21 Savage, DJ Frank Walker. The list goes on and on. I know once somebody's going to be out. My daughter, she's really looking forward to it. Her and a bunch of her friends. So they'll be out in full force for the Infield Fest.
Coming to the Preakness trying to be a rock star.
Oh, yeah.
Listening to Post Malone. All right, so let's get right to it. Let's show you the track conditions here at Laurel Park. We should have a perfect playing, fair, fast racetrack today for all 9 races.
Yeah, the track has been very consistent throughout the last couple of weeks. That's what you want from a horse player. And look at that turf course. Greening up quite a bit right now. We're not too far off. We're going to get up close to the mid-60s today. A little chilly right now. Yeah, a little chill. We're in here, kind of partly cloudy skies, but we're getting there. We're getting close.
We got to keep the snow out of here tomorrow. Get ready for springtime. Get that turf going. All right, let's get right to it here in race 1. Race 1, lots of action here. We'll kick off the Rolling Super High 5 in the opener. That has a low 15% takeout. We have it every race with 7 or more horses. Also in race 1, we kick off the early pick 5 with a mandatory payout on the early pick 5. And just like that late pick 5, both pick 5s here at Laurel Park, your best bet with that industry low 12% takeout. Let's take a look here at race 1. We're going 5.5 furlongs. Maiden claiming $25,000 for filly and mares 3 and up. I go to the 6. Are we both on the 6 here? I have Rockin' Ruth on top. You get the leading rider, Vargas, on top for trainer Kieran McGee. We have a stat here for trainer Kieran McGee and Rockin' Ruth. This filly is going to run first off the claim today. 3-year-old daughter, Majestic Warrior. Decent second-in debut against Maiden 16 as the favorite and made a nice rally that day. Now runs first off the claim. Here's the stat you have for trainer Kieran McGee.
Yeah, he does quite well. 3 for 13 first off the claim with Maiden sprinting on the dirt. A pretty nice ROI of just over $5. And Rockin' Ruth, you know, Gary Capuano runner, ran quite well first time out. We always think Gary's runners second time out. Right. Now you're going to get it just in a little different barn here with Kieran McGee. I think you're going to be still going to get an okay price on this 3-year-old filly. You've got Hot Frisia towards the inside for Ann Merriman. I think she's going to end up going off the favorite. And the 3 Bagels and Locks. A little bit of a give up for Tony Aguirre. Very encouraging debut behind Dictate Cool, Rumor Ridge. You know, now 2 races later is down to the 25 level. They only spent $6,000 for Bagels and Locks. Maybe that's the key. You know, not too bad. A little freshening.
Right.
I think this horse is going to show some speed. Probably got lined a little too high, but with the scratch of sticks and bricks, all these horses are going to come down in price.
All right, so I do use the 3 Bagels and Locks in my exact. Maybe a question mark, suspicious drop here on the dropping from maiden 40 to maiden 25. The debut was very good, and then just threw a clunker in that second race, but ran into elevated vision and Jumping Michelle in that race. So they do the right thing here. Drop to the maiden 25. She's worked a couple decent works since that clunker on February 9th. I hope the 3 Bagels and Locks gets back in good form. You get Ricardo Chappie back aboard, who is aboard for that debut.
Right. Looks like her best option is going to be towards the front end. But Hot Frisia has some speed her own right. She's coming off a little refreshing. And look at the company lines she took. You know, she was against Munificent. Karen's been a killer. She came back the other day, looked like a stakes horse, winning that allowance race in 83 on Monday with plenty left in the tank. So Hot Frisia, she's run against the right kind. She might get tangled up with the 3 Bagels and Locks. I think Rockin' Ruth is going to be able to sit there to stalk and go by.
I'll use a first-time starter on the outside, the 7 Corinthian Showgirl by Corinthian. First-time starter for Craig Nicholson. She's been working here at Laurel Park the last 3 works. A nice work from the gate, going 3 furlongs March 15th here at Laurel. You get the second leading rider of the meet, Weston Hamilton. She's in light, 108, Lasix in debut, and she has a nice draw to the outside for her debut assignment.
Yeah, interesting. PA bred, was originally, it shows like some works up at Penn National, and now it's been come down to Maryland. I don't really know what to make of the 7 Corinthian Showgirl. So, yeah, shorter prices on the 2 and the 3 in here. Rockin' Ruth, first time for Kieran, I think can get it done.
Dam was 0 for 4. Second Dam made 87,000. She was a little bit better. One winning sibling there for the 7. Donnie Barr with the first-time starter on the inside. The Dam was 0 for 3. Second Dam made 100,000. All siblings have won, though, for the one Final Fear. So maybe comes from a productive family.
Exactly. One of them's a 5-time winner, Stan. And Donnie Barr, these maiden claimers, he can, certainly pop in there every once in a while and pay a decent price. Has to overcome the inside, but this field is not super strong. Wouldn't surprise me at all if Final Fear makes her presence known.
All right, so maiden 25, 5.5 kicks off the action. Let's take a look at the second race to kick off the early pick 4, going 5.5 furlongs, claiming 5,000. Filly mares 3 and up, wide open nickel here. I had the 3, Flying Flutter on top, looking for her 4th win in a row. The 3 is scratched. That's your 9 to 5 morning line favored, is out a race 2, so I end up on the 2. Porte Cachari for trainer Kieran McGee. McGee could have a big day today. This 5-year-old mare by Street Sense, 3-time winner here at Laurel Park. You get the leading rider, Vargas. Vargas aboard last time, good second against Open 7,500. They claimed this filly for a nickel. She won that day. She's back down to a condition where she should be able to handle today.
Yeah, good level for her. She's going to be competitive, no doubt. She's going to be an awfully short price, as is the 5 Blue Hen Madness, who beat her on March the 3rd and was able to dictate. The key with Blue Hen Madness, going to go second off the claim, a drop down, and she's got to have some outside pressure. Scarlett's Ransom knows only one thing, and let's go to the front. But Blue Hen Madness, she has some back class. She's going to be able to stalk and make a move into it. Just a little leery of her. I think Porte Cachari may not have to use as hard early as she was to keep Blue Hen Madness, kind of in her sights. I think she can come from a little bit further back and wear them down late.
All right, so we both like the 2-5, the 1, Intrepid Forest. Sheldon Russell on this 4-year-old daughter, Forestry, two-time winner here at Laurel Park. Won the last time she was in for a nickel. That was a beaten nickel back in the mud back in January. She's run against beaten 10,000 claimers her last couple races. This not really a drop for the 1 Intrepid Forest. A drop in claiming price, but a tougher condition probably for the 1 Intrepid Forest, and it's going to need to get a good break from the inside. She does have a little early speed if she can get out of there well with Russell aboard.
Yeah, I gave her a little shot last time. Loon mid-turn, couldn't quite follow through. The drop and the shortening up is probably going to be her key. But, they took this horse off of a big drop. Out of that open 12-5, dropped into the nickel. And she ran great. But, boy, she hasn't gotten back to that form. That was a little bit of a scary move when that horse was dropped in December to early January from that 12-5 to the nickel.
All right, so the old-fashioned wide-open nickel there in race 2 to kick off the early pick 4. Let's take a look here at the 3rd race. Nice 7,500 starter allowance condition here, 4 and up. We're going 5.5 furlongs, and we're both on the 5 Tipsy Moose. Let's show you what this 5-year-old son of Frisian Fire did last out here at Laurel Park against 2 other than Allowance Company here at March 18th.
Yeah, what a step up. You win the Open 16 at Penn, you get claimed. You're thinking, okay, let's go to the 2 other than. Well, I guess you had to respect the Barnes option, the decision, I should say, Stan, to do this, and really runs down some nice horses. You've got Lakai moving to a short lead. That horse was coming off of a layoff. The Great Provider, always very quick. But Tipsy Moose just keeps on churning and grinding, was under a sustained drive, from the 3 pole, was really put to a hard drive, kept on going, leveled off nicely, collared Lakai with about 70 yards out to go clear. Well spotted, man, right back. You catch a horse that just wins a 2 other than back in for a 75 starter. Awfully short price here for the 5 Tipsy Moose. Now that the 1 Spirit Grabber, a late scratch. This horse is probably, Stan, I'm thinking 4 to 5, 3 to 5 range when it's all said and done.
Yeah, quick time in that win we just showed you. The 3 quarters, 109 and 4. That's a serious time. That's where the 87 buyer came from. We caught up with trainer Hugh McMahon yesterday morning here at Laurel Park, talking about his entry. Heavy favorite here, Tipsy Moose, in today's race 2.
He's doing well. He's training good. I thought it set up well for him last time. It was a hot pace, and he was the beneficiary of that hot pace. I don't think it sets up as good this time. There's not as much pace. That Spirit Grabber, he's 7 furlongs. He's won at that distance before. But I do think the distance will suit him. It was just kind of like counting on a bit of a pace on the front there.
Okay, so McMahon, the trainer of Tipsy Moose, having a good meet, hopes that this horse has a little target turning for home, hoping for a good stalking trip like he had last time. The 1 Spirit Grabber that he mentioned, the 1 is scratch, 8 to 5. One of your favorites here, the 1 Spirit Grabber is out of race 3. I go with the 3. I use the 3 for Roa City in the mix here for my exacta. 12 to 1 shot here for trainer Richard Vega. Sharp win last out at Parks. I was against 7,500 for life. A big step up here for the 3 for Roa City. Got a big number in that last win. Has some early speed, going 5.5. Might try to go to the front and see how long he can go.
Yeah, was able to handle the pressure better last time out and shaking clear against a little bit of a lighter bunch, moving in the right direction. Respect this barn when they bring horses into Maryland. Stone Bandit, though, I think the 4 could be awfully tough. Looks like the speed when you really break it down. 5.5 furlongs distance, perfect. 3 for 14 with 4 seconds. Good, next out winner last time out of an A other than. I think Stone Bandit will be on the engine, and Tipsy Moose is going to have to run him down along with White Bluff. White Bluff has run well at Laurel. This horse is okay. I bottomed out last time, had a little tough trip in between horses, but you go on the way back to November at Laurel. Fortuitous past Sky Chaparral, right there with those horses. That company line, that caught my eye. This horse is going to be okay, the 2-horse White Bluff.
Okay, and we both like the 7 here. Danny, my boy, coming off a long layoff, almost, about a year layoff here for trainer Annette Eubanks. 5-year-old son of Includes, a 7-time winner here at Laurel Park. 7 wins from 10 starts here at Laurel. So we know Danny, my boy, likes this track. He's a 2-turn horse.
Yeah.
Last 3 races last year were wins going long. So he comes back here in a 5.5 sprint, maybe just to give him a race for something down the road.
That's what I'm thinking. I think he should be running well through the final 1/8 of a mile. The problem is he could still be 6 or 7 off the lead at that point.
All right, let's get a quick commercial break. When we come back, second biggest carryover in the country today, over 214,000 in our Rainbow Pick 6. That starts in race 4. We'll take a look right after this. Welcome back. All right, here we go. 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 starts in race 4 today. There's the carryover, second biggest in the country, $214,705. I have a ticket. You should have a ticket. Everybody should take a shot here at the Pick 6 today. There's my ticket, a $60 play. I'm going to go 3 deep here in race 4. There's a heavy favorite here in the 4th race, the 5. Lost on the Stairs, 1-2. A lot of people are going to be keying on this filly. She's taken a big drop in class for trainer Jerry Brooks. Maybe a question mark there with that move. You have to use her, but I also like the 1 Fireheart and the 3 Wedgwood Blue to maybe pull off the upset here in the 4th race. I'll go 4 deep there in race 5. That's a nice maiden 25. I like the 1, 3, 5, and the 8. The 8, Splendor Gal, my top pick in there. Should get a nice trip with Sheldon Russell. I like my best bet of the day in race 6. Nice allowance race, going 5.5. I like the 4-year-old Son of Shackelford. Number 2, Best Kind of Trouble. Forest Boyce aboard for Timmy Keefe. This horse getting back to a fast track today. I think that's what he wants. Getting in good form right now as well. I like the 2, Best Kind of Trouble, my single there in race 6. Going 5 deep in race 7. That's a straight 3-year-old 25. Going 6 furlongs. My top pick in there, the 3, Midnight Cry at 9-2. But you have to scratch the plain one in there. The 1A, Alberto's Al Quinto does run. So I like the 1A, 2, 3, 5, 8 there in race 7. 2 other than allowance feature of the day in race 8, going 7 furlongs. And I like the 8-year-old Maryland bred Son of Not for Love. The 2, Stolen Love. He's 0 for 14 on an off track. He's been on an off track the last couple of races. He's run well. Now he gets back to a fast track. Stolen Love looking for his 10th win here at Laurel Park. I'm going to key on that 6-1 shot for our leading trainer, Claudio Gonzalez, going 5 deep there in race 9. That's a wide open beaten nickel, going 3/4. I'll use the 1, 2, 5, 7, 8 for race 9. So a $60 play, that's $10 a race. You got to spend something like that if you want to have a shot to have a 6-figure life-changing score in our big monster pick 6 today.
And you did the right thing. The first leg, let's face it, lost on the Stairs is going to be a huge single.
Right.
Going to be 1-2, maybe even a little bit lower than that when it's all said and done. Jerry Brooks, very aggressive with this 4-year-old filly after a troubled trip last time out. You know, he makes you scratch your head a little bit. You've got to, if you're going to be that single ticket, you got to spread around a little bit to get it started. So yeah, good ticket. And you see, Stan, I mean, you've got a couple singles there that I think are in races where they're still wide open, but
Right.
you've got to take a stand to keep it reasonable as well. So good little stretch of races. I just couldn't come up with that big price, that blow up.
All right, so we both have this heavy favorite on top here in race 4. What do you make of this? Nickel 2 Life filly and mares, 5.5. Here's the 5. Lost on the Stairs, 4-year-old filly by Soaring Empire. Claimed for 16 when she broke her maiden here at Laurel, 5.5 late January. A good second first off the claim against 16,000 2 Life. Third last out for 16,000 2 Life. They could have run her right back for there. They could have run her for 10 or 75. Maybe those races didn't go, so you end up going to your 3rd or 4th option rather than keeping the horse in the barn. That's my thinking.
Yeah.
You get the bug boy Weston Hamilton, who's been aboard this filly the last 2 times. She's going to be coming late. The 1 Fireheart with Toledo, I think you're likely speed on the inside. I think Toledo's just going to try to open up on the 1 Fireheart. I don't think anybody else is going to pass anybody in this race except for the 5 Lost on the Stairs.
Yeah, Wedgwood Blue, it did have an excuse last time when stumbling into break. She's got plenty of 1s on her page. But right, Fireheart has that kind of tricky little early speed. She flashed it last August against Flying Flutter, who's kind of become a key horse. So Yeah, Fireheart, Wedgwood Blue, I think they're the speeds of the race, right? Nobody else showing that late punch except for Lost in the Stairs. But the one key, you see that 2 starts back, rank at the break. Maybe something, you don't know.
Yeah.
Nothing's set in stone. But she really did have a legitimate excuse last time, leaving the far turn, a horse backed up in front of her, and wasn't just had nowhere to go to the quarter pole. And then she finished up late with a good run. So, but an aggressive move, a questionable move. You're doing the right thing by spreading.
Pressure's on
Yeah.
the Bug Boy here in
Yeah.
race 4. Heavy favorite here with the 5 Lost on the Stairs. What do you make of who's going to be in front? I think the 1 Fireheart's going to go right to the front. That's how she broke her maiden when sprinting on the turf last June. She hasn't run very, very well since then. A couple races at Timonium, they were okay going a half mile. Only a couple works here posted at Laurel for the comeback here for Eddie Mayer. He gets Toledo aboard, so yeah, that's an encouraging sign there for the 1 Fireheart. But the 3 Wedgwood Blue also with a little early speed.
Yeah, and if she can bring back that race back in the summertime in August at 22, 3, 46, and 1, yeah, she's on the lead. So she's ready, she's fresh. I think the only option she's got, she really doesn't show that she wants to pass horses. That's going to be her best alternative. Go ahead and send Wedgwood Blue as another one with some speed, and she did have a legitimate excuse last time out.
All right, so a heavy favorite in race 4. Everyone's going to be keen on that horse. If you beat the favorite in race 4, you're going to knock a lot of people out of the pick 6. Let's take a look here at race 5 to kick off the late pick 5. No carryover, but as always, more money back to the better with that industry low 12% takeout starting in race 5 here for the late pick 5. We're going 5.5. Maiden claiming 25,000. Filly mares 3 and up. Scratch to 6, scratch to 2. The 8 Splendor Gal is going to get a very nice trip, I think, on the outside. Stalking for Sheldon Russell and trainer Ricky Silliman. 3-year-old daughter of Painter's been in good form her last 3 races. Good 4th in a tough maiden 40. 2 starts ago behind Elevated Vision and Jumpin' Michelle. 3rd last out at this level. Yeah, she'll get a nice stalking trip on the outside here. The 8 Splendor Gal, my top pick.
Yeah, she's going to be a short price. Well, does she bring enough finish to the page to really merit being a short price in here? She's going to, a couple scratches. She's going to be down in that 9 to 5, probably 8 to 5 range. I think Cut Time is going to get some play. She's got some hang in her. I'm going to take a shot to beat her, staying with the 1 Kuznetsov for Jerry Robb. Yeah, 4-year-old filly's only won a few times, a couple of lengthy layoffs, but I like the effort last time. Flash of speed, duel, just a little fade. She showed on her page just a little bit of an ability to make a run from off the pace. I think the drop in class. I think the key's going to get a good break, get in position. I think she can stalk and make a move into it at this level.
The Jerry Robb barn going well as of late. Xavier Perez, he's having a good winter meet, so I think the drop is going to benefit the 1 Kuznetsov. I use that filly in my exacta. The 5 Cut Time, good second against Maiden 16 3 starts ago. Claimed that race. They tried Maiden special weight a couple times. Now a nice drop here to the 25. This horse had a bug rider on her all 4 starts. Now you get a journeyman rider with Carlos Lopez Jr. on the 5 Cut Time, who should be able to get a nice trip breaking from the 5 hole.
Yeah, a little improvement with Lasix the last 2. Yeah, maybe thrown to the wolves. That last race, winner runs an 81 fig to get it done. It was considered. So no shame, really, in the effort. Was her confidence damaged? Maybe a little bit. She's at the right level here. I certainly think she's a factor for Souder.
All right, so it looks like we like the same 4 horses there in race 5. Let's take a look. Race 6, nice first level allowance contest, going 5.5 furlongs, 3 and up to kick off the late pick 4. It's a nice sequence later on this afternoon. You have a ticket here for the late pick 4. Let's see how you played it.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get by the favorites in here. I'm going to use the 1 and the 5 in arrears. I think we'll hold a little bit of value for trainer Brandon McFarland. But in arrears is cycling really good form. Broke that streak of seconds with a win last time. Maybe a little bit of a class jump, but boy, keys up against the right kind of horses. 2 deep to get you started, 3 deep in race 7 with the 3 Midnight Cry, the 5, and the 8. Go to race 8, the 2, 3, and 7, Stolen Love, Brother Chubb. I like Brother Chubb a lot in there. And the 7, Daily News. I think 7 furlongs is a good distance for Daily News. And then the 9th, the 2, 7, and 8, the Great Ronaldo off that trouble trip, Adversary, and Social Media. $27 ticket.
I like your ticket. Very affordable play here for the late pick 4. Nice allowance race here in race 6. This race could have a lot of speed. The 2, Best Kind of Trouble, has some early speed. Corajon, he can go the front or close, so
Yeah.
you don't know what
Yeah.
Corajon's going to do. Maybe going to close today with a closing rider, Taylor
Exactly,
Hole aboard.
exactly,
He had
yep.
some speed on the outside. The 4 far from awesome with some speed, and the 6 Tricky Lion with speed. So you have a stalker on top here. Make the rider Jevion Toledo on the 1 in arrears. In good form right now. I didn't use this horse. I can't fault the recent form. Brandon McFarlane doing a nice job with this horse. Maybe I didn't like the inside post.
Right.
Going to get covered up early in traffic with Toledo, so he can work it out. But the 1 in arrears could benefit from a fast early pace. I didn't use the horse. How about the 2, Best Kind of Trouble? This horse might get hooked up, or this might be part of that early pace. Let's show you the win.
Okay.
Nice allowance win last November here at Laurel Park. He's in front pretty much every step of the way against first level allowance company for Maryland Breds. This was back in November. Good looking win this day. This was his second win over the Laurel track, both times on a fast track, which is what he'll get today. They gave him the winter off, or they gave him a little bit of time off after this win. Brought him back going 7 furlongs in a very tough allowance race. He needed a race that day. He was a beaten favorite back in January. Ran an improved effort in the mud back in early February, good 4th. Then cycled into good form, 3rd race off the layoff. In the slop, a good second last out behind Wild Dreams at this level. Now, this horse, I think he's getting in good form right now. Maryland bred here for Timmy Keefe, 4-year-old son of Shackelford. He's 0 for 4 on the off going. He gets back to a fast track today. I like the 2, Best Kind of Trouble, my best bet of the day, and one of my key horses on today's pick 6.
Yeah, he's showing me he can kind of handle any surface stand and gets the right kind of rider. So the horse's flash some ability. I'm going to try to beat him in a short price. But Forrest, she's very adept at getting horses to come just off the pace to getting the relax and finish. And at the 5.5 furlong distance, you're going to be able to see it. That win we saw on the video had a little bit of aid of the bias back then. Was out 3 wide, but spurted away. Tricky Lion came on for the place. But this race, I've got a note up here. Anybody's race. I really can't split pretty much the entire field. It's going to be a trip race. I'm just going for value. In arrears, I think, is going to bring that. I hope that 46-1 work didn't knock this horse out, but I like the tactical speed this horse has. I think he's going to be able to draft him in a perfect stalking position mid-turn. He's shown he's got finish, especially at this 5.5 furlong distance.
And we both like the 5 Sky Chaparral. If there's a fast early pace, this horse is going to be coming late. Sheldon Russell aboard for Mark Schumann, a 4-time winner here at Laurel, 3rd to last 3 starts here at Laurel at this level. So he's been in good form in all 4 races since the claim. He'll be coming late, the 5 Sky Chaparral.
Yeah. He and Tricky Line just come out of a killer race. That was those New York horses were down. Linda Rice and I forget the other wonderful light. That might have been Michelle Nevin. He ran a big fig. So both of these horses come out of a strong race. Sky Chaparral, his late punch is most effective at 5.5.
The 3 Corajon's an interesting horse. The last couple races, they put this horse on the lead. However, his last win, which came here at Laurel Park, he rallied from off the pace that day. That was last November. Right. You get Taylor Hole aboard today, who's very good at coming off the pace. He's riding for trainer Jose Corrales. We caught up with Corrales yesterday morning talking about the 3 Corajon in race 6 today.
It's coming pretty good. I sent him for a couple of days to the farm and swim, and now I think he's come back. He looks good for this race. There's a lot of speed in the race. I let the riders make the run, and you get a good rider like that. He know how to come from behind. He know to have to go to the front. Whatever the horse do when they open the gate, decide everything.
All right, so there's Corrales and talking about the break. I guess that's the key. Sometimes these older horses, a 4-year-old, sometimes they beat the gate and you end up in front. You can't take back. Yep. So maybe that's what Corrales was saying. He's had a little time since that late February race. Corrales said the horse was swimming on the farm a little bit. Hopefully that was a heated pull on the farm for the 3 Corajon.
You don't want to be outside swimming around in these parts anytime recently. No, this is interesting, right? A lot of horses was very similar form, Stan. First 3/16 of a mile, that run in the turn could mean a whole lot. Because you got Tricky Line out there. He laid down a 22-1 opening quarter last time out. If he's let to go free, go a little bit softer, he's going to have plenty left in the tank to get it done today. Really good race, highly competitive race in is race 6.
All right, let's take a look here at the 7th race, going 6 furlongs. Race 7 for straight 3-year-olds, claiming 25,000. Scratch the 4. Scratch the 1, no regrets for now. The 1A, Alberto's Alcuento, does run. Scratch to 6, dial 1. The 6 dial 1 was my top pick. That horse is out, so I end up on the 3. Midnight Cry here for the Jenkins family. Rodney Jenkins, the trainer. He's come back in 2018 with a vengeance. 3 for 5 recently is the Rodney Jenkins barn. That a nice impressive win with Cordmaker last weekend. Steve Hamilton's been aboard for these 3 wins for Rodney this year. He trains his horse for his wife, Unjin Jenkins. Good-looking win last September against Maiden 25. This horse, then they gave the horse the winner off. They said, hey, this horse is nice. He's already got us to win. We'll give him the winner off. He'll be a nice 3-year-old. He's well spotted for the comeback race today. I end up on the 3. Midnight Cry here for the hot connections of Rodney Jenkins and Steve Cowboy Hamilton.
Rodney done great with the horses coming off of the time, off the freshening. They know how to pair up wins. As evidence, the 19-horse sample, 26% winning percentage with horses coming off the win. Dangling this horse in there for 25,000, Stan. Ran fast enough at 2. Okay, 61, was able to, maybe with the bias back in September, but still a good fig, beating Punch Your Brother, gets a field with a lot of speed. I think Midnight Cry, the way his horse has been coming back and freshened up in the way they've been running, I think he can go ahead and wear these horses down. He's going to get a good setup today.
All right, so we both like the 3, Midnight Cry. The 8 should get a nice setup on the outside. Take Warning for Jerry Robb. Sharp win, last out at this level, 25,000 going 5.5. Basically same race today, and this horse will get a nice trip with the X-Man on the outside. The 8. Take Warning, we both have in the exact.
Yeah, was able to kind of work through very slow fractions last time out, but a nice rating job by the X-Man on the front end. He can come from just a little bit further out, and I think it helps some of these scratches. I feared that this horse was going to be hung wide and was going to take away from some of his punch, especially at 6 furlongs. But now he moves in a little bit. I think he'll be just fine. But Midnight Cry, I got a little bit of an assist here with some of these scratches. The morning line, I had lined a little bit too high when really breaking it down again. He's probably going to be. It wouldn't surprise me if he's in that 2-1, 5-2 range, right along with Take Warning.
All right, so we like the same 4 horses there in race 7. Let's take a look. Race 8, allowance feature of the day. Nice 2 other than. Optional claiming 25,000, 3 and up. We're going 7 furlongs here in race 8. Big late scratch here in the 8th race. Scratch the 1 Super Dude for Linda Rice. The 1 Super Dude is out. I like the 2 Stolen Love on top here. You like the Stolen Love as well. This horse been on an off track the last couple races at the 2 other than level. Good second 2 starts to go behind that Melody. 3rd last out behind Southside Warrior and Primetime Man, who's back in here today. Stolen Love, though, 0 for 14 in the off-going. He gets back to a fast track today. This 8-year-old Maryland bred's a 9-time winner here at Laurel Park for our leading trainer, Claudio Gonzalez. Kevin Gomez will ride. Gomez and Claudio, they're 23% together. This horse's last 4 races have been going a route of ground. I love that little cut back to 7 furlongs today. Route to sprint for Claudio, 23%. Now, this horse is going to have to break on the rail with the scratch of the 1 Super Dude. Stolen Love's going to have to overcome breaking on the inside going 7 furlongs. I'm not crazy about that. Hopefully Gomez can work out a good trip, though, for me.
Yeah, I don't think he necessarily needs lead. I think he can stalk in here. He's probably going to get that trip. I think Brother Chubb just falls in the right kind of spot. I like him at 7 furlongs. He's been a gem of consistency. You go back on the page, the last time he was at Laurel, a good second, and had significant trouble. You see the short comment there, altered course, rail, and then swung out again to get up to beat J-Rock for second. But you can't have trouble against Lewis Field Stan.
Sure.
You're not going to beat him. But comes back with another 2 straight seconds. What's it, 3 seconds, 4 seconds in a row? The winner's circle has eluded him. I don't think it eludes him today. I think Vargas is aggressive, gets his horse to the front end, and is able to dictate it at the 7 furlongs.
Yeah, the trainer, Michael Moore, has this horse in good form, and you get the leading rider, Vargas, aboard. You have to compliment the barn for the job they're doing on Brother Chubb. They're making a bunch of money. They're picking up a bunch of checks. Now, that said, though, this barn only 5 for, 61 this year, 8% winning percentage, so they haven't been finding the winner's circle a lot. They have a nice horse here. He's in a good spot. I think he'll run well today with the leading rider. I use him in my top 3. I have the 4 Grecian Prince in the exacta. Let's see if this 5-year-old son of Smarty Jones can get back in good form today for trainer Hugh McMahon. Sheldon Russell will ride. Russell was aboard for the win 2 starts ago. A big 87 buyer against First Level Allowance Company. Won that day by 5.5, going away. Threw a clunker last out. Hopefully it was the sloppy condition that did it. Beaten 6-5 favorite at this level last out. Let's see what trainer Hugh McMahon says about Grecian Prince, seeing if this Maryland bred can get back in good form today in race 8.
I'm hoping it was the off track because he kind of ran a doozy last time. He's training good. He's always got a good attitude. He loves to train, but I think this is a different category of horse. He's got to step his game up, and I think mentally he's kind of he's getting there, and physically he's getting there as well. I know there's like Brother Chubb. That's a pretty formidable competitor, and Linda Rice, she's always getting a horse ready. You can't underestimate her. So yeah, I think he's going into the race good, but he's got to step his game up.
Okay, so the barn, there's trainer Hugh McMahon. The barn confident of the horse, but Hugh acknowledging a tough race. Sure. He has to step up his A game. He mentioned Brother Chubb. He mentioned Linda Rice, who's out of this race. Super Dude is scratched. So Grecian Prince, a 5-time winner here at Laurel Park. And we see that effort we saw 2 starts ago.
Wow.
He's going to be awfully tough.
Right, and he, I guess you're breaking it down. You're looking at this 87 Beyer, 2 races back. He had every right to regress off of it. I didn't think he would run as poorly as he did. I mean, he had aim and just, mid-turn had no run whatsoever when Sheldon went ahead and asked him. He comes back here 7 furlongs. Like you see, not a bunch of just straight ahead speed. He'll get a comfortable flow. Will he have the finish, as you said, against a little bit better animal? There's 2 other than competition.
All right, and then we both like the 7, Daily News, 4th at this level, last out. This will be the 3rd race back off the layoff for this 6-year-old son of Jumpstart. Daily News, a 5-time winner here at Laurel Park for Katie Voss. Toledo will ride. I think the 7, Daily News, cycling into good form right now.
I agree with you. Tipsy Moose Lakai, the right kind of company last time out, kind of outround the odds. Closing up nicely, strides out well. I think a little bit, the 1 turn suits him, and even the 7 furlongs might suit him a little bit better today. A little extra ground for Daily News. 2 good tries off the layoff for Katie Voss.
All right, let's take a look at the 9th and final race, going 6 furlongs, claiming 5,003 and up. Haven't won a race in 6 months. Never won 4. Let's show you. You like the 2 here, the Great Renato. Let's show you the last race, March 11th here at Laurel Park. A nice rally from way back to get up. This was against Nickel 3 Life on March 11th.
On the jam job, broke a step slow and then pinched back and did get some help on the front. We're going to see that again, breaking from the 2-hole, had turned just a little bit at the break, so causing the horse to be a step slow, but that was pinched pretty sharply out of there. But boy, he picks it up nicely. Toledo gets this horse to level off, kind of knifes through a little bit of traffic here between horses mid-turn and gets outside to about the 5-6 path, turning for home. There you see Awesome Standard dueling with Speak to Him. But boy, he straightens away. He runs true on a correct lead, switches over there right at the 3/16 pole, and goes nicely through this final 1/8 of a mile, and showing me that the extra 1/16 of a mile stand isn't going to be too much of a hindrance for him. He's got plenty of energy going to the wire, going right on by Awesome Standard, who came back to run a good 67 behind Teo Tam Attack, a dropper for Claudio Gonzalez.
This is a tough beat, Nickel. I used the 2, the Great Ronaldo, on my pick 6. Nice price, 5-1. Toledo will ride. That was a good-looking win. That was against Nickel 3 Life. A little bit of a tougher race today.
Sure.
This is a in 6 months for old Warriors or never won 4. I didn't use him in my top 4.
Okay.
Toledo's going to have to come from off the pace, so he's going to be he broke from the 2-hole last down in the 10-horse field and worked out a good trip. So I used the 2 on my pick 6. I have the 7 on top here. Adversary, you like this horse as well. Good second last out. Kevin Gomez was aboard that race. Angel Cruz will ride today. I think the 7 Adversary just gets a good trip, stalking from the outside, going 6 furlongs today.
Yeah, and breaking this down, this is an interesting thing. Yeah, they both run on March 11th, Stan, the Great Ronaldo and Adversary, and a couple of these other horses. Okay, the Great Ronaldo goes 104 and 4. I didn't see much change in the racetrack through those races. He gets a 61 Beyer. Adversary, so it gets a 74. I didn't see that much of a difference. The warrant that big of a difference in the pick. And you know what? That could have affected my line as well. I wasn't sold. Adversary may come down off of that, off the 7-2, down to 5-2 because of that differential. I see the race a little bit closer. Adversary, certainly. This barn has got him right. This is a barn that's got the best out of this horse.
Sure.
So Adversary's going to sit another good trip off the speed. Social Media, going to be my Tepic pick on top. I'm a little bit worried. 2 tries and a little bit of a layoff, but he's run well off of this kind of freshening before. I like the outside draw. I think he's got enough to sit, move into the pace, and go clear and then hold off the closers if need be. So Social Media, top pick. Great Ronaldo would be my value play in the nightcap.
I like the 8. You get Kevin Gomez, make the rider Kevin Gomez with the weight 120 on the 8. Social Media, likely to get a good trip on the outside. I like that horse. I use the horse on my pick 6. The 5, Twisted Earl, coming off a layoff for Jerry Robb. This is an interesting horse. Weston Hamilton on this 5-year-old who's a 5-time winner here at Laurel Park, coming off a long layoff. He was a nice, good-looking win against, that was haven't won a race in a year.
Yeah.
Back for a nickel back in June here at Laurel Park. So coming off a long layoff, a bullet, 6 furlong work, March 3rd here at Laurel Park. Another bullet back in February. So the 5, Twisted Earl, an interesting horse here for Jerry Robb.
Certainly primed and ready to go. He may have to deal with Pomeroy's package, who ran awfully well after a little bit of a trouble at the break. Actually made kind of 2 moves in that race to Pomeroy's package. But Twisted Earl will be on the engine, I would assume, in race 9.
All right, nice beat nickel there to wrap things up. We hope you're live in the pick 6 or the pick 4, pick 5 going into race 9. Let's show you that carryover one more time. Second biggest carryover in the country, over 214,000 in the 20-cent Rainbow pick 6. That starts in race 4. Good luck if you play. You should play. Everybody should play. Good luck to you up there today.
Yep,
Hopefully the sun's coming out. Dave Robin, he's coming up next with scratches and changes. Good luck.
Good luck.